Hello, my name is Wayne Goodman and welcome to another edition of Wayne's Wednesday's Wizarding Wonders. On these shows, we look at a different side to ALAKAZAM magic, that being the children's and the family magic effects. And on today's show, it's a Gustavo Raley special. Today, I'm going to be showing you two effects by a fantastic magician called Gustavo Raley. You may have heard of him, you may not have done. I guarantee, though, if you don't know the name, you will know some of his products. He's got some amazing tricks on the market, and I'm going to do two of them today and show you how he changes and adapts the tricks that he has. So one of the tricks I believe is completely original. The other is a remake of an older trick. So let's have a look at the first trick first. And before I get into what it is, let's check out a performance. Hey everybody, right, I really like puzzles. Do you like puzzles? I love puzzles. Puzzles are my favorite thing. Right? I love doing jigsaw puzzles. I like doing crosswords. I love doing Sudokus. I love doing, I'll tell you one that I'm not very good at. I'm not very good at the Rubik's Cube. And I get really frustrated. Who's got a Rubik's Cube? You got one? Have you got one? They're so hard. Have you got one? Be honest, who sometimes takes them apart and then puts them back together again? You don't? Oh, me then. Okay. Well, I've got a Rubik's Cube here, but I'm not very good at it. As you can see, it's all mixed up all the way around, and I just can't do it. I can't do it. There's red, and there's white, and there's blue, and there's green, and there's orange, well, gold. So I have an argument with my daughter about this. I say that is orange, and she says it's gold. I don't know. What do you think it might? Well, oh, really? You agree with that? Well, you would, wouldn't you? But this is what we're going to try and do. I'm going to try and fix it. I'm going to try and solve this puzzle. But I'm a magician. I can't just do a puzzle. That's not right, is it? I have to make it really, really good. So you're going to help me here, birthday child. What we're going to do is I'm going to try and solve it by magic. So each person, everyone, look outside and pick a color. Okay, have you all got one? Have you all got one? Okay, now this is why it gets more difficult for me. I'm not allowed to touch the cube. I've got to solve it without touching the cube. So check this out. Are you ready? On three, we're going to try and solve it. So we're going to do an abracadabra. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Abracadabra. And are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Well, oh, what did you do? Look at that. What did you? That's unbelievable. Well, I'll be honest with you, I would much rather eat these while I'm watching a good movie than playing around with the Rubik's Cube. It's a lot more fun, isn't it? You can take one of those, and after the show, we will give everybody one of these. You can all have one, and that will be your prize for helping with the trick. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Thank you very much. So that was a fantastic performance of Cubik Boom by Gustavo Raley. Now, this is a remake of a very, very old trick called the dice explosion. Some of you may know this, some of you may not. It's a great trick. It uses a small dice inside a small box, and you can open it up and show it in there. And you say, I want you to think of a number between 1 and 6. And I'm going to try and get the dice to land on that number. So you say 4, and you say, well, if you check it out, I'm sure there's a 4 in there somewhere, as now the dice has changed, and you can tip them out, and it's changed into lots of little dice. My daughter loves this trick. She has done since she's about 6 years old. She's 12 now, still performs it, still loves it. It's so easy to do and so easy to perform, and it's a great little addition. So that's the dice explosion. Now, what Gustavo Raley has done is taken that same premise but applied it to a much bigger tube. So what we have now is we have a bigger box, and inside the box we have a Rubik's Cube, and it's exactly the same method. It's just an up down shake of the tin, and you will have the visual change that you saw in the video. Now, one thing I must stress, if you get one of these are brilliant. They're worth the money. They're not much money at all, and they are brilliant. But what you need to do is make sure that the dice is central. So the Rubik's Cube is central. So when it connects, it will make the change. So from here, when you go from here, you'll see, and now it changes, and you get a beautiful visual change. There's a lot of noise. You can now open it up, and you can tip these out, and the kids can take a sweet. Now, in my shows that I've been doing recently, because of COVID, and unfortunately I haven't got any, I didn't think about this before I started filming, and it's quite late at night now, so I can't go to the shop and get any, is I didn't use these giant Skittles. Instead, what I used were the Starburst, which come, and they're all individually wrapped. They're also square, so when it changes, you get that nice visual of them being squared, becoming the squares, and it does look like it just explodes. But whatever you use, it looks great. I've done it with M&Ms, I've done it with normal Skittles. These ones are Skittle Giants, and it looks just as great. It's a great little fantastic way of making a change, very visual, very audible, very magical, and you get this lovely change where the Rubik's Cube has now become a lot of treats that the children can handle. You just need to make sure that you get that dice central. When you're at the Rubik's Cube side, keep on the dice, when you're moving it around, make sure it lands central inside the box so that when it goes up, it will connect. I've actually, I'm sure you know the method, but I've actually stuck another one inside the cube to make it stick harder as well. And that seems to work as well. Well, that being said, doesn't need it necessarily. I just found for my peace of mind when I perform it, I want to do that. It's great. It looks brilliant. It's a really nice piece of magic. I normally get the birthday child up. I get them stood there. I do it right in front of their face. It changes. They can take one, and I tell all the other kids that they can have one after the show. So it's a nice way of doing a little bit of magic. And like I say, with the dice explosion as well, very, very visual, and it looks brilliant. So quality of the props. Yep, I mean, this is a very, very solid little pot. I actually used this pot earlier in my show with another trick. So I actually use this when I'm doing another trick and I need to rattle a dice around. So I have a giant dice and I use it as a dice shaker, and then I get rid of the dice and it stays on the table, and then it gets put away for a few minutes and then comes back out ready to go for the dice, for the Cubik Boom. So it does have another purpose, and because of the quality of the box, I was very happy to use that. And of course, it means that the children are used to seeing it empty and they see it's a normal pot. It all comes really well made, really well packaged. The instructions are in English and Spanish. So yeah, that's really, really great. So you're getting a great prop, very great piece of magic. You're getting great instructions. Gustavo goes through a couple of different options for doing it with it as well. He's a really nice guy, and you can see he's really passionate about the effects that he puts out. So when he performs this, you see he gets a lot of enjoyment out of it. You can also see that he's a worker. So the tricks that he's designing, he's not designing tricks to release, he's designing tricks to work in his show. And this is definitely a worker. So when he put this together, when you see him performing it, you can see that he's worked this for many, many years. He's really put a lot of time and effort into it. Functionality, like I say, as long as you get that Rubik's Cube in the right position, it should work every single time. It looks brilliant. Beautiful crash of the sweets as they come tumbling back down again. Very, very magical. All the audience jump and gasp. So easy to do. It's literally just an up-down motion. It's all you need to do. You need to practice it, like you need to practice anything, but you need to practice what you're going to do with it. You don't really need to practice the workings of it. Once you've done it once, you'll see exactly how it works, and you'll be doing it every time. So you do need to practice how you're going to use it in your show, but you don't necessarily need to practice the up down. You should get that pretty quickly. Value for money. Okay, well, this is not necessarily a cheap trick. However, it's not an expensive trick either. So it comes in just over £50, and it comes with everything you need to do except for the sweets. And you don't have to do sweets, you can put pretty much anything you want in there. So if you wanted to turn it into a car, a little tiny toy car, you could do that. If you want to turn it into coins, chocolate coins or real coins, you could do that as well. So you're not limited to just doing it with sweets. You can do with anything you want. Because of that, I think value for money is always the hardest one of these things to do, because you're getting the secret for the method, but you're also getting the props. And I think personally, what I paid for this and what the cost of the trick is, I think it's great value for money. I've been using this for the last 10, 12 weeks now in all my shows, and it goes down really, really well. It's a great trick that is talked about after. People come up to me and they go, that was amazing with the sweets. That's a really amazing trick. So for me, that's where the true value lies. So I don't see myself doing a kids show or a family show without this anytime soon, which means for me, the value for money is through the roof. This is great value for money, and I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. I believe you will too. So yeah, value for money, I think it's great. Workability. Well, this fits straight in my show. Like I say, I use it primarily with the birthday child. I get them up, and on the video you see Gustavo do it, where he has a child stood on a step or a box or something, and they're about the same height, and he does it right in their face. I don't do that. I just have them stood next to me, and I take it and I get them to look at it, and then boom, straight in front of their face, it changes into the sweets. I then open it and let them take one. You don't have to worry too much about ditching or getting rid of. This comes off pretty easily. and I just drop it into the box. No one cares about where the Rubik's Cube is. That's all they care about now. That's all they see. So with the children. So when you come to here, this comes off, I just literally drop it into the box, and I'm saying, well, who's going to take a sweet? And it's here. I turn to the birthday child and say, you can take a sweet. And it just really, really works. So yes, workability, it fits straight into the show. It works so easy, and it's a great prop to have in there. So that is Cubik Boom by Gustavo Raley. I really like it. I give it 5 out of 5. It's, like I said, I can't see myself not using this anytime soon. It goes down really well in the show. The kids love it. The adults love it. Once again, just because of the way things are in the world at the moment, I don't normally use these giant Skittles. I normally use the Starburst. It's 2:30 in the morning here, so I can't go to the shop and get any. I'm so sorry about that. But it is a great thing and a great prop and a great trick and a great addition to any show. It's also one of those great tricks that you can put in as an extra. So if, say for instance, I was at a wedding actually, and I didn't do it with the Starburst, I did it with chocolate coins. This is why I went to chocolate coins a minute ago. I was at a wedding and they said, oh, can you just do a couple of quick minutes before the wedding starts, before the meal starts, because we need 5-10 minutes. Yeah, no problem. And I had this in my case and I got it out, and I got out a ring and rope, and I went out, and there was a lot of kids at the wedding. I got one little kid up. I did this on the kid. I then gave them this part of the box, and there's like 20 gold coins in there. And I said, go around and give one to each of the children. There's about 10 kids there. So this little one went off with this, and there's nothing for them to find here. So all the kids are reaching in, taking out a chocolate coin each, and while I'm getting it up and doing the ring and the rope. So, you know, it can be fitted into anywhere at any time. So yeah, I give it 5 out of 5. That's a great trick. Cubik Boom by Gustavo Raley, and the first of Gustavo's tricks on today's Gustavo Raley special. So our other trick we're going to be looking at today is Let's Go by Gustavo Raley, also by Gustavo Raley. Now, Gustavo's a really great guy. Like I said earlier on, I think he's got a lot of talent, a lot of skill. He really knows what he's doing. And when I first got this trick, I didn't like one part of it. Now I'm going to talk about that afterwards. One part of it really annoyed me. Didn't like it at all. So I changed it. Then, and this is a bit of a trend with me, as you might have seen on the lives, I watched all of the instructions and realized Gustavo had the same problem that I had. And on the instructions, he detailed the variation that I came up with before I'd come up with it. So he obviously thinking on the same tracks and came up with an alternative version. So I'm going to show you both of them. We're going to have a look at the original version first of all in a performance, and then in the after bit I will talk about the variation. So let's have a look at a performance. Hey everybody, so today we're going to play a little game. I love superheroes. You might know me as Super Wayne. I'm Super Wayne. But today we are going to be looking at one superhero mixed amongst many. Now what we've got here is a man. This is the head and this is the body and legs of one of the Lego men. And what I've got here, and I'm just going to stand him up. What I've got here is some heads to go on there. Now I've got lots of different heads there. I'm going to go through them. So do you know who, let me go to the first one, sorry. Do you know who that is? That's right, it's the Joker. That's the Joker. And do you know who that is? Oh, that's a bit harder, isn't it? That's Princess Leia. Princess Leia from Star Wars. That's her Lego figure. What about this one? The curl gives it away. It's Superman, Superman. And what about this one? Wild Star. There we go, from the Lego movie. Everything is awesome. What about this one? That's right, it's Robin. There we go, Batman and Robin. What about this one? I'm Batman. I'm Batman. That's right, it's Batman, Bruce Wayne. And we've got the Flash. Look at that, there's the Flash. Who else have we got here? We've got Wonder Woman. There she is, Wonder Woman. And we've got Captain America, looking very serious, Captain America. And we've got Princess Jasmine, always with a smile on her face. Princess Jasmine, lovely. So we've got all these different characters, and any one of these characters will fit on here. Now we've got our birthday boy here, and he's going to pick one of these heroes. So you can do it any way you like. You can see all of them are different. I'm going to show you them. Pardon me. All of them are different, and all I'd like you to do is, as I put them down here, just say stop. So you can just say stop whenever you like. Stop. Okay, so you can take this one, and I'm going to get rid of these ones over here. And you have chosen, who have you chosen? Captain America. There he goes. Now, there actually is on here is a little slot, so I can put that into there. And as you can see now, we have got Captain America in all of his clothes. He looks amazing. But not only that, if there is a problem, if there is something happening, Captain America jumps straight to action. And he's right there in his full uniform. He can run around. He can do everything he needs to do. He has his mighty shield. He is there. Lego Captain America saves the day. I knew you were going to choose Captain America, and he was right there. I can place him back there. Give this young man a big round of applause. Well done there. You can go back and sit down. And that is Captain America. Isn't that fantastic? What a great trick. It's a really, really nice trick if you're doing a smaller group or a bigger group, to be honest with you. I quite like using it though when there's a few kids there, and also for those really tricky boys' birthday parties. I always find that boys are more, it takes a bit more to hold their attention than the girls do. With the girls, they're much more receptive and will go along with the storylines that I'm doing. Boys and girls will kind of follow along with whatever the storyline is. They don't care. They just want to enjoy themselves. I find that boys, though, can be, especially when they get to about 6-ish, 7-ish, unless you're doing something that interests them, then you're not going to hold their interest very long. So you need something that's going to grab them. Now, this is great. What I really like about it is, first of all, when you go through the heroes and villains, it's not just all men. There are females in here. Now, at the moment, there is Let's Go Captain America, and I believe Let's Go Superman. I believe it's Superman. It might be Batman. I could be wrong on that. I've only got the Captain America one. But there is another one as well that you can get. Let's say Superman for now, otherwise it's going to bug me. So let's go Superman. Now, I have emailed Gustavo and had a chat with him and said it would be really lovely if maybe we could get a Let's Go Wonder Woman, or Let's Go another female character, because then when it's a little girl's birthday party, I can just slip in the other one, do the girl version instead, and it works as great. But to be honest with you, the girls like this one anyway. It doesn't really matter. I just think it would be good to have just because I've got a daughter. I know she would like to have a female hero. But this is Let's Go Captain America. So let's have a look at what you get. So from the performance there, you'll see it's a simple enough method to get the card selected. To be honest with you, when I normally do it in performance, I use a glide force. So I have it on the bottom. I pull that bottom card across, and then I'm just bringing out all of the cards. They say stop, and then I say this is the one we're going to use. So it's a very, very simple way, and Gustavo talks about different ways to force it on the video. Again, the video is in English and in Spanish. So what we have is you get the prop. Now, I'm using this stand. I can't find the stand that comes with it, but it comes with a little plastic, shaped bit of plastic that will hold it and stand it up. I didn't really use it. It wasn't for me. So I use these little card stands anyway. So I just use this one. Any kind of stand will do though, as long as it holds it upright. So you bring out the little Lego man, you can introduce it. You can't show the back at this moment. And then you show it, you say, this is a Lego figure, blah, 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 blah. I put it to the stand, and then I bring out the cards. I do the force and I get the head, and then that is placed inside like so. I'll make sure it goes in the right spot. There we go. So now it's inside. Now, it's not too difficult. I've got the light on me here, so I'm a bit blinded just for a second, but normally it just goes straight in. There's no issues at all. So let's first of all have a look at it. The quality of the props. This is made of cardboard, so you do have to look after it. Okay, if you manhandle it, or it will break, not easily, but it's very thick card, but you do need to look after it. Apart from that, it's really, really well made. It looks great. The colors on it are really vibrant. It looks fantastic. It looks like a Lego person. As soon as I bring this out, the kids shout that it's a Lego person. Now, there's one other thing I do here is, where is Princess Leia? When I first bring it out, I normally have Princess Leia in there like so, and I bring it out like so. And I say, oh, this is a Lego person. It's got interchangeable heads. I've got loads of different heads that I can put on here. Now, I use Princess Leia because most of the kids won't recognize her. It's without the rest of the costume. She doesn't really look like, it just looks like a female. So then I take that off and I say, oh, we've actually got superheroes. Does anyone know who this is? Now, sometimes they'll say Princess Leia. Most of the time they won't. And I'll say, oh, this is Princess Leia. And then I'll say, look over here, this is Superman. And then I'll say, actually, let's play a game. And that's when I gather them together and go through all of them. Now, I can be pretty open with this. I can hold it and I can move it around. The flap won't go. I'm really shaking it there. The flap won't go as long as you hold it nice and, firmly. The flap's on the top part there. So, other ones I've had other effects, similar effects with things that could be enough to set the flap off, but this one pretty good. So I hold it around. I don't flap it like that, so I just hold it and I talk. I just make sure I don't show the back. Talking, and then it goes into here. Now I do the force and I get Captain America. Now something else that I really like about this is that Gustavo has really thought about it, and he's put the backs of the heads on there as well. Obviously, because you can turn that around, but the backs are important. So I do it this way. I sometimes do it this way and I mix them up. I just keep track of Captain America. So I do the force, and then Captain America goes into here, and now he's in position. So now he's in position here. Now in the video, you'll see I use the flicking method, which is the method that is shown on the trailer and everything else. Gustavo sometimes puts a bit of confetti behind there, I think, and then you go boom, and there we go, and it changes. Now, and then you can instantly show the back, and he's changed into Captain America. Now, I took a slight problem with this because I found it took 2 or 3 flicks to get it to go. And it wasn't until I watched the video all the way through, I came up with an alternative version. And then when I watched the video all the way through, I saw that Gustavo had already done that on the video. So the way that I do it is I get it to here and I say, okay, check this out. Captain America, not in his normal clothes, but I didn't know you were going to choose Captain America. What does Captain America carry with him? Carries his shield. And if I turn it round, you'll see on the back, he's actually got his shield right there. But not only that, he does move at super speed, which is why when I turn it round now, he's changed into his full costume. Now, I would say 9 out of 10 shows I've done with this, they like that method. I've done one show or a couple of shows I've done with the flicking method, and it's gone okay, but I get a better reaction when I do that method. So I turn it around and go, oh, their shield, and all the kids go, it's Captain America, it's Captain America. I then release the flap. There's no pressure there. I'll just reset it. You know, there's no pressure there. I literally just put my thumb on the flap and push. The flap is now down, and I can turn it around and show that now he's actually changed these clothes as well. And then he goes straight back in the stand, and now he's Captain America, and I actually leave him on display for the rest of the show. So yes, the alternative version though is on the explanations. I'm not trying to claim anything there. I did come up with that independently, then I watched the full instructions. This is a habit with me. I do it all the time. And yeah, so you get to there and you finally find out that it's on there, but it's another way of doing it. So it's a great way. It's also a quick, nice way if you get a child up to help and they're a bit shy and you don't want to be boom in their face and you want to do something. And also I've had a child here and I've shown it. Let me just reset it. So it's here. So I've shown it and I say, check this out. I say, look at that. What's he got? Yeah, I know, right? Because the child's stood here face this way. Look at that. I'll show them. Shall I show them? Okay, look, it's actually got the Captain America outfit on the back. And then I'll just turn my body slightly so this child can't see, do the flap, and so not only that, what's he wearing now, and then turn it around to show that, you know, he's changed clothes as well. So if you've got a bit of a shy child and you want them to, you know, feel a bit more involved, it's a great way of using it there as well. So quality of the props, I think the props are really well made. They're beautiful. I mean, again, look at the colors on that. It looks fantastic. It looks like Captain America. It looks like a Lego figure. So yeah, it really works well. The cards are nicely made. They're a bit smaller than normal playing card size, and they're plastic laminated. So they're going to last a long time. They're going to last a long, long time. So yeah, they work really, really well. Like I said, the stand I wasn't overly impressed with, but it does the job that it needs to do. So that's important. The stand is okay, but if you've got another stand, you might want to use that, or you might want to use the stand that comes with it. Me personally, I prefer the stand. I use it for other things as well, so the kids see it being used over and over again. Functionality, it works really, really well. I have had issues with the flicking version, but maybe you won't. Maybe it's just me. You know, everybody's different. You might prefer the flicking version, you might like it more, you might be able to do it every single time. I just found I struggled with it a couple of times, and so I came up with the alternative version. So yes, for me, it works fine. I do the turnaround now every single time, and I get a much better response to that anyway. Like I say, I'm not trying to claim anything. It's on the video. I just didn't see it. Idiot. So yes, there's functionality. It works really, really well, and it's so simple. I mean, it's so easy to do. The value for money, again, I do it in every single show. So I've done this with older kids as a quick throwaway thing. I've done it with younger kids as a serious part of the show. It's one of those effects that, yeah, I like the Cubik Boom. I can't see myself not doing this anytime soon, alongside the fact that Marvel, DC, superheroes in general are very popular at the moment. This is going to have a place in my show for a long, long time. So value for money, that's where I get my value for money from. How much am I going to get use out of it? I don't care how much a prop costs, how much am I going to get out of it? If a prop costs me £2,000 and I'm only going to use it once, then that's not great value for money. If a prop costs 20 or 40 or 60 pounds and I'm going to do it 1,000 times, that's brilliant value for money. So yes, value for money, I'd say this is well worth it. Great trick, great addition to the show. Workability, this is, yes, it goes into the show. Like I said, it's suitable for the older ones, for the younger ones. It's great for boys' parties, girls' parties. Like I said, I would like it to bring out a female version. I think that would be quite cool. But girls don't have a problem with it being a male superhero, and there are females in the list as you go through. You can, you know, and it does look like it's a free and honest choice. So, you know, people will be thinking, well, if they could pick a female, you know, what would happen then? Of course, that's all part of what would happen then. But yes, it's a great trick to go into the show. I love it. Really, really good. 5 points from me, 5 stars from me. Another great 5-star trick and another great Gustavo Raley release. Like I said, this is new. It's only been out a couple of months. So check it out on the ALAKAZAM website. The link is in the description below for both of today's tricks. You will also find on the site, there should be the other Let's Go on there as well. And Gustavo has told me that there will be additional characters from other genres and universes brought in later on. So I can imagine there'll probably be a Star Wars one at some point. There'll probably be a Monsters Inc. one, maybe. I don't know. There's lots of different films that are happening, and I know that Gustavo likes to keep up with the modern trend. So I'm sure as more things come out, other options will become available. So that is Let's Go. And this is Let's Go Captain America, available right now from ALAKAZAM. So check out the link below. And that's a great trick. There we go. So that's it for today, a Gustavo Raley special, and what a special it was. I really like Gustavo. I think he's a really nice guy. Like I said, I've spoken to him a few times on Facebook, on Messenger, and I've shared some ideas and some suggestions with him. He seems very, very nice. He seems to have a number. If you go to the ALAKAZAM site and go to the search box and type in Gustavo Raley, then you will find a multitude of tricks. He seems to like tricks that involve what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say pop culture things, but modern items. So and recognizable items. So he's got a lot of things with sweeps. He's got a lot of things with characters and toys that you would easily recognize. And so all his stuff really is focused on, people will go there and go, oh, that's M&M's, oh, that's this, oh, that's that, that's Captain America, that's a Rubik's Cube. Everything seems to follow a theme of being very recognizable and looking like a normal everyday object or character or person that they will easily recognize. So yes, Gustavo Raley, congratulations, well done on another great release. Thank you very much for releasing these. They are brilliant. So that's the end of today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to click the like and subscribe button, click the notification bell, check out all the great shows we've got coming on the channel. We've got more. I'm going to be doing another couple of shows. I know Peter's got ideas coming out very soon. Harry and Andy, we're going to be doing lots of different things on the channel, as well as every single Tuesday we have our live, and once a month we have the great big release. So make sure you check them out. They are going to be fantastic. My name is Wayne Goodman. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you next time on the Wayne's Wednesday Wizarding Wonders.